Crooked Craig and Nicky Rod are both immense hypocrites, and I have proof, which I'm going to show you today. So let's start where we left off yesterday. If you haven't seen my video exposing Renato Laranja for making an extremely offensive joke about children's SA, people, it's crazy. We're making the argument that, oh, well, this guy was in character. It was a skit, so it's okay. Some things are not okay. If I'm doing a skit and I rob a bank, do you think the police are going to care? Oh, if I'm playing a character, guys, don't handcuff me. I was just playing a character. I didn't actually want to steal any of that money on my own terms. I was playing a character. No, stop it. You're coping. That's copium. But what I'm trying to get at today is a lot of people were bringing to my attention that DeBlass posted a response video to the CJI Renato interview because, as you would imagine, people were outraged. We're going to watch the clip. Check it out.
What's up, everybody? I just want to touch base about what happened last night in the interview. First of all, I want to let you know I trust Renato. I've known him for over 10 years. He's a great guy, lots of compassion. He understands mental health issues. As we know, I've went through it before. I've spoken about it. And yes, I've experienced sexual abuse, which actually ruined my life for many, many years until I got the help that I needed. He meant no harm by what he said. It was coming from he's a comedian. If you watch Kill Tony goes in for the kill. And that's just, it's the way it is. Renato's the same way. He wants to look ignorant when the other person kind of looks at him like he's crazy, which if he really believed the things he said, he would be crazy. He doesn't. He just does it as an act. He's a really compassionate guy. He's a sweet guy. For me, I got the help that I needed. I got the help that I really, really needed. And I hope you guys and girls do too as well. It's not an easy thing to deal with. This set was all a skit. He was being playful. And I understand that people could take offense to it, especially if you don't know the relationship that I have with him. When I trust somebody and know somebody and I know their heart is in the right place, I don't get bent out of shape about it. If I was truly upset, I would have just walked off, right? We know that. But I know that he had compassion for me and the situation, and he actually wanted me to speak about the importance of mental health. So I want to let you know that I'm not offended in any way, and I appreciate all your support.
Okay, we saw that DeBlass made a video saying, I'm not offended. Renato was playing a character, doing a skit, and I would understand why people would be offended if they didn't know the full scope of our relationship. As you can see, the comment from Gordon Ryan, we're not even going to get on his case today because we simply don't have time and want to stay focused. But essentially, he was insulting anyone that didn't find children's SA funny, which, I mean, that's disgraceful for obvious reasons. Really quickly, let's check out the comments, see what the people have to say. I've never found that guy funny at all. Last night was brutal. I love Renato, he's great, but from the perspective of new people coming into the sport, that interview was a very, very, very bad look, especially if they don't have someone to explain Renato to them. They agree with me. They agree with the video that I made yesterday. This is a common sentiment that Craig Jones and Nicky Rod are hypocritical. Well, if you know anything about the PR game and keeping public relations at a happy level where no one's trying to cancel you and trying to sort of do damage control for the outrage that was raised by something like Renato did, you would have DeBlass potentially allegedly compensated under the table to make a video saying that it's all fine, but instant reactions don't lie. If you want, go back and watch my video. DeBlass's face, him reacting to the disgusting stuff that Renato was saying, that's not a lie. None of that is a lie. You can't fake that. You can't be disingenuous about that. That's not playing a character. Tom wasn't trying to be funny. That was genuine disgust in his reaction, and now he's making a video for damage control. Clearly being a nice guy, Tom wanted everyone to settle down and didn't want to have bad relations with FloGrappling and that crowd because he's heavily involved and this is how he makes money. So it would be in his best interest to comply and do damage control for them. This is the same event that Crooked Craig sold out to FloGrappling for. Keep that in mind. Now, this ties in perfectly to my next point of how immensely hypocritical B-Team is. We know that Craig Jones and Nicky Rod decided to kick out major prospect J. Rodriguez from the B-Team. We're going to take a look at J. Rod himself explaining, so it's not in my words, why he got banned.
I pretty much wasn't really ever able to like explain myself. And then when I was able to explain myself to some people, they were like, "Oh yeah," it's like, it's just he said, she said. And I was like, "Okay, so it's just he said, she said. We're just believing this."
Right.
So
why do you think Craig was like so quick to make a judgment call?
Well, I think they have a lot of stuff going on with CGI and whatnot, so it kind of leads to like, okay, just to avoid any sort of issues at all.
Craig Jones, man of the people, so we thought, turns out to be the biggest sellout known to man. He destroyed this poor kid's career, where J-Rod could have easily been the best grappler in a couple of years, dethroning Gordon Ryan, and we're going to get to that later. Think about how long he's been training, and he's already an ADCC silver medalist, or at least was a couple months ago before this whole controversy took place. And he was on track to being one of, if not the best grapplers in the world of all time.
Let's just, I mean, imagine if CGI were to lose some like sponsors from CGI. It's a lot of money to lose. So I can understand like the reasoning behind it, but putting my career on pause pretty much is frustrating at times. But
you don't have to give every little detail, but like tell us like what's not true, I guess.
I mean, pretty much everything aside from one thing, which was like screenshots on my phone, right? So like
screenshots
of people, yeah. So that yeah, pretty much like, yeah.
Okay, J-Rod doesn't want to talk about his relationship, screenshots on his phone, everything else is not true. From what he alleges, it doesn't take a detective to tell you that his girlfriend probably found screenshots of other women he probably trains with at the gym on his phone, freaked out because, ooh, other girls, are you cheating on me? You know how women are. And then she created a big scene, told the gym administrators. Craig found out all he cares about is selling out, making money, and the brand reputation of CJI. So they put a lifetime ban on this kid over he said, she said, alleged rumors of having pictures of other people on his phone. J-Rod, obviously, he doesn't want to stir this into a big mess, but it's pretty clear to pick up what he's putting down. If you saw the Simple Men podcast, right after the whole J-Rod situation went public, they said they didn't even want to talk about him, as if he'd done some heinous, unforgivable crime, some sin that they just can't even look at him, can't even talk about him. His name brings bad taste. Come on, guys, you're blowing this out of proportion. And then you support a guy that you're paying to make sexual abuse jokes about children in your event that you're sinking millions of dollars into? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You destroyed this poor kid's career over public relations of alleged he said, she said, accusations of having screenshots on his phone of other girls at the gym because you thought that his girlfriend was going to be petty and blast this all over social media, hurting your brand reputation, didn't you, Craig? And guess what? You then turned around and paid a failed comedian to make jokes about children's SA. Let's get a round of applause for Craig Jones, everyone. Round of applause. I mean, seriously, come on, give me a break. And I know some people are going to call me a conspiracy theorist on the internet because just like Danaher said, you can save a baby's life and people will still call you an asshole for it. But let's acknowledge that no, children's SA is not funny. And if anything, it's unacceptable. And that this seems oddly convenient that a situation as light as J-Rod's alleged rumors got him a lifetime ban and disassociation from Craig's brand, from CJI, B-Team, the Simple Men, basically ruining his career when he was one of the top prospects of the sport. And just because of money and contractual agreements with FloGrappling, Craig was willing to sell out, allow Renato, Laranja to make jokes about children's SA. And that is why he's a hypocrite. And that is why no one's speaking out about this. And Nicky Rod endorsing this whole thing with J-Rod being kicked out of B-Team and not saying anything later about, you know, the interviews that went down in the event. Everyone knows about it. We've seen the comments. It's no secret. Everyone knows about it. We see the comments that people are leaving under Tom DeBlass's damage control video he was allegedly compensated under the table for. I wanted to conclude this video by telling you that J-Rod was able to achieve his silver medal in ADCC, which was right here in 2024 last year, at a younger age, So he's 23 now. He was 22 estimated when he silver medaled in ADCC, which is unheard of. And he's only been training jiu-jitsu for around 4 years. That is immensely impressive. Now, both Nicky Rod and Craig Jones are also known for being silver medalists in ADCC. And it's funny how we have a advertisement for Gordon's instructional here on Craig's profile. But just side note, look at Craig's face here. This picture wasn't taken long ago. He looks like he's aged a good 30 years since this picture, from all the drugs and the Zins and the alcohol that he does. Craig, get a grip. We're here to help you. The community supports you. Just, it's clear you've gone down a dark path. We see here Polaris. Okay, all the Polaris stuff is fair enough. Craig has, EBI and Polaris, Kasai. Okay, well, that's iffy if you care about that. But he got second place or silver medaled in ADCC in 2019 and 2022. So that is his biggest achievement. He's a silver medalist, right? B-Team, second best grappler in the world. Craig has been training jiu-jitsu for a total of 19 years. In 2019, which was 6 years ago, let's just do some quick math. He got a silver medal after training for 13 years. Jay Rodriguez had trained for 3 years. That's under 4x the time that Craig had been training when he got his first silver medal, his biggest achievement. What about Nick Rodriguez? Well, he won that thing that's, we're not going to count that. No one cares about that. CJI. West Coast Trials. Well, J-Rod is also a trials winner. We see ADCC World Champion 2019. We know that Nicky Rod has been training jiu-jitsu for around 7 years. So that would allege that he won his first silver medal in ADCC when he was only training for 1 to 2 years. Isn't that impressive? It is, until you realize that J-Rod got a silver medal against Giancarlo Bedoni, which is leaps and bounds a better grappler, especially in today's day and age, than Kainan Duarte, which Nicky Rod won his silver medal over in 2019. Now, granted, Kainan was a much more respected and considered much more skillful as a grappler than he is in today's competition. But this leads you to believe if J-Rod was having all these great achievements in jiu-jitsu at such a young age with such little training time, that surely he's one of the biggest prospects in the sport. And that's why myself and many other people want to see J-Rod join New Wave. The first thought that came to my mind when I found out that J-Rod was kicked out of B-Team was whether or not John Danaher was going to take him under his wing and coach him as the last champion and basically be able to overshadow Gordon's career. Because if there's anyone that can do it, it's J-Rod. Think about it. He is probably one of, if not the youngest silver medalist, training the least amount of time compared to all his competition, the Mika Galvaos, the whatever, etc., etc. These people have been training jiu-jitsu since they were very young. And yes, he has a background in wrestling. It's not the same sport. J-Rod is immensely talented. Everyone knows that. And you destroyed this poor kid's career because Crooked Craig and Nicky Fraud are hypocrites and jealous. I rest my case. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed. And for now, it's been the Jiu-Jitsu Junkie. I'm out.